How's it going, everybody? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. How's it going, honeybee? You're back. Cool. Is it too loud? I actually don't know if it's getting the voice off of my phone or off of my AirPods or earbuds or whatever. Let's see. Oh no, it's my actual phone speaker. That's good enough. Let's see. What are y'all doing tonight? I actually have to, I'm doing this live off of my phone because something's going on with Google right now, with Google Chrome. And I tried to install it, uninstall it, and try again. I couldn't. I tried to start this live off of Microsoft Edge, and it was not working. It doesn't like my mic for some weird reason off of Microsoft Edge. So you're off my phone, which is actually kind of good because that way I won't be distracted by the text messages. How's it going, Lucknoth? How are you doing? How'd you all do on your finals? I think you had some Lucknoth, some finals going on. Oh, you're a senior in high school. So I'm trying to do some setting stuff because I don't know. It's because Microsoft does not like playing with my other videos. What time is it there? It's 9:15 right now. I'm deleting a couple things off my channel because it was showing up that I was scheduled to go and I'm not gonna do those anymore. Delete. Cool. Alright. So what are y'all up to tonight? Hi VE, or Y-E, yeah. How's it going, yeah? Saeed, what makes the USMLE so hard? Just the sheer amount of information, and not just information but integration. So whenever they ask you a step question, there's multiple layers. So you need to be able to yes, it's important that you know what a disease is, but then you also have to. Good night. I know it's a mess. I'll clean up tomorrow. Oh, my thing is a mess too. Whatever. This week is gonna be a mess for me. So, um, but USMLE questions have multiple layers. So you, like I said, not only have to identify a disease, but there's multiple steps. So it could involve treatment for the disease, which is probably the most easy, or it could involve mechanism of disease, or they can just go off on a complete crazy tangent and ask you about something totally unrelated to the disease. They could ask like, what's the opposite of like how this disease works, and give you a list of other diseases that are like that. So it's very layered whenever they ask you questions for the USMLE. It's not like just a word for word answer, I guess. Um, and then they also have questions that can have multiple right answers, but you have to get the most right answer based on what is presented to you in the question stems. That's why it's so hard. I don't know if that kind of helps a little bit. I haven't taken the USMLE yet, Saeed, so I can't really compare them. That's just what I've heard, and all the practice questions I've done thus far are like that. I feel like USMLE is going to go better for me just because I'm a better studier now than I used to be when I was studying for the MCAT. I feel like I am finding better ways to study. Just doing practice questions is crazy helpful for me, and I feel a lot more confident and I just feel more confident in my own abilities, honestly, which I feel like is gonna help a lot. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? Want to show up? Everybody that's showing up, I mean. Hello, hello. Honeybee, how do you deal with forgetting content over and over? So that's actually what I'm doing right now, Honeybee, making sure I don't forget content over and over. I'm doing some flashcards for using Anki right now. So basically, it has an algorithm that tells you how well you remember stuff based on your answer choices. I actually set a limit on my Anki, so even if I feel completely confident with a flashcard, I still will see it again in 4 months. It will push it years out if you actually know it based on its own little integrated algorithm. It's spaced repetition. So basically, you have to keep looking at the material every once in a while. That's why the saying goes, if you don't use it, you lose it. And that's completely true with information and knowledge. So I'm still getting flashcards from the first week of med school. And I look at them, and sometimes I do remember them. If I don't, then I'm honest with myself and I tell myself I don't, and I start seeing it again in shorter intervals until I do start remembering it, and then it pushes it out farther. How's it going? Everybody that's showing up. What are you guys up to tonight? So awful how, like, at the clinic where I volunteer, we screen for these and I don't actually know what we're screening for, and then now I'm seeing the flashcards and I'm learning what I'm screening for, and it makes so much sense. That would have made my life so much easier if I would have just understood the mechanism longer ago than today. James, any advice for what to do during a gap year? Yeah, James. You should definitely volunteer, shadow. I don't know if you already took your MCAT, but it's a great time to study for your MCAT or retake it and do well on it. Basically, everything you'd expect me to tell you. I would also really advise you to like spend time with your family and with your friends and just like enjoy that time with them, because once you get into medical school, that gets cut down a lot. So also do a lot of things you enjoy doing, like have fun, go snowboarding, go fishing, go camping, do a lot of fun things. But also, of course, do things that are going to improve your application and show admissions committee that you are dedicated to this lifelong profession, honestly. Um, it doesn't matter if you volunteer at a medically oriented place or not, just volunteer and show leadership. Oh, sorry, I just missed that question. What was it? When should you start preparing for the MCAT? You start preparing for the MCAT. Um, it depends, Raghu. So I really think you should take all of the MCAT prerequisites before you start studying for the MCAT. Once you have taken Gen Chem and Biochem and OChem, your physics, your math, your psych, what else am I missing? Your biologies. I think once you've taken those prereq courses after that, if you feel like you did really well, then it's okay to start studying. But you need to start studying probably a year, honestly 2 years before you expect to get into medical school. So 1 year so that you can apply, and then the following year you'll get into medical school. So honestly, it's like 2 years in anticipation. A lot of people like to study for the MCAT while they're taking their prerequisite courses at the same time, which is also doable if you understand the material and you're using it as supplemental learning. But you do need to make sure you get really good grades before you start studying for the MCAT, because recovering from a bad GPA is really difficult. So you don't want to get low grades in those courses. So that's kind of the time frame, and it really is very personal on how good you feel about the material before you start studying for the MCAT. There's no like set rule on what's good and what's bad, honestly. You really just need to. I would highly recommend using the double AMC materials to study so that you can really gauge on how you're scoring for the MCAT and use that to guide yourself along with multiple free online MCAT tests you can take by Princeton Review and Kaplan and exam crackers. You guys can go and sign up for a trial or just get like a free test from them, and you should definitely do that. I hope that helps a little bit. I'm learning a lot about syphilis today. I know a 10th grader who studies way too much. Is that too good or bad? I don't know. I don't think it's good or bad. I mean, if they're trying to get into a really competitive college, then that's fine. I don't see a problem in it. It's just some people's personalities. Some people really like to study a lot, and that's fine. Like, there's nothing. It's like if that's what they like to do, if that's what they want to do, then it's alright if they do it. Yeah, no problem, James. And honestly, PA school was never a consideration. I originally wanted to be a vet, and then it changed to medicine, and I just kind of never even knew what a PA was. If I'm gonna be completely honest, so it never even crossed my mind. So yeah, I never even thought about becoming a PA. It was always being a vet or being, and then it changed to being a doctor, and then it never like changed after that. Raju, should you go to a lower tier college for undergraduates so you can get a high GPA for medical school? Um, I think that is like a big misnomer that I feel like some people think that just because you go to a different university or anything, the education you're gonna receive is different, and I don't really think that's the case in most cases. Yeah, of course, if you go to some crazy high tier undergraduate schools, it might be harder. I don't know, but I feel like if I went to one of those, I could compete just as well as I did when I didn't go to a upper tier school. So I don't think you should. I don't know. I think you should try and get a high GPA regardless of where you go low to a low tier or high tier school. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive and I don't believe in low and high tier schools. As long as you put in the work, you're gonna learn the material. But but yes, GPA is very important for getting into medical school. It's probably the most important factor, honestly. Medical schools care what undergraduate school you attend. I don't think so for the most part. Maybe if you apply to like the top tier medical schools, then they care. But even then, I don't really think they care. I think they really care about how you do in your undergraduate work, what you volunteer, what your MCAT is. It's so multifaceted that I don't think that matters as much as people think. But like I said, I never went to a top tier undergraduate school. I'm not in a top tier medical school, so I don't know if that's actually a thing. I can only assume for maybe the top tier schools that maybe that's a thing, but like just in hindsight, thinking if I was in AdCom, I probably wouldn't care too much about that, honestly. Have you heard differently, or what? Why are you asking me about that? What have you heard about top tier undergrad and med schools? Yeah, I don't think you should really worry about that. I don't think they care as much as people think they care. I don't think they do. I think they care about how you do in your prereqs, how you do in your MCAT, what extracurriculars you do, what your volunteering, shadowing, research experience is, and how you carry yourself as a person and why you want to be a doctor. What's going to make you a good doctor? What are your experiences that are going to make you a doctor? James, I think you're right. Learning material in university, but some are definitely more competitive to do on because they have to push a C average. Let me see. Sorry, the messages get lost so fast. Because they pushed up a C average in classes that if everyone in the studio body was top tier high school, and it becomes too hard to get an A. I see what you're saying, James. I actually had a terrible experience in my OChem. It was like that. It was graded on a curve, so you were graded on how the whole class was doing. Um, the class literally after every single test it halved. By the time the final came around, there was 14 of us. So that was I think the class started with around 50 students, and by the end of the semester there was only 14 of us because people were dropping the class because of how terrible the professors' tests were and how hard and unfair they were. And I think that's a big problem in higher education too. Whenever they grade on a curve and make tests so freaking hard that that a grade of 40 is an A. Like that's absolutely unacceptable. And I don't think that should be a thing, honestly. If students are actually learning the material the way that they should be learning it and how you think they should be learning it, I don't see why the class average is not okay with being higher. I think it's absolutely just I don't know. I don't believe in grading like that. I think it's dumb. I don't know what your thoughts on that, but that's just my thoughts. I just think that's unacceptable. Hello, everybody. I don't know. I can't see like who shows up around. I just see like the number goes up and down of people that could join and don't join. So I don't know if you're new, coming in new or not. Currently learning about syphilis. This pemphigoid. You guys want me to read my flashcards out loud? Would that help you guys be like, what is he doing? Or do you guys like the quiet? Blank is an autoimmune inactivation of desmosomes between keratinocytes. Pemphigus vulgaris. We're doing a lot of skin stuff this week. It's all during this week, but it doesn't matter because we got a final next Thursday. Congenital syphilis is characterized by congenital blank sensorineural hearing loss due to cranial neural 7 damage. So deafness. The lesser Trillo sign is sudden onset of multiple seborrheic keratosis. Yep. Much blistering skin disorder, pemphigus vulgaris, or closed pemphigoid may involve oral mucosa, that's vulgaris. What protein and hemidesmosome binds fibrinogen laminar collagen in the basement membrane? Integrin. Do that one sooner because I'm not too sure about it. Pemphigus vulgaris associated with positive Nikolsky sign. Yes. Type of hormone results in increased urine production and thus acne, androgens. Tertiary cellulitis can present with aortitis, particularly of the. This is a new card, so. Ascending thoracic or aortic. Aortitis with tertiary syphilis. Particularly of the ascending thoracic aorta. Okay. General syphilis is characterized by Hutchinson's tooth. Oh. Type 1. The quality of my phone camera I feel like is better, but maybe it's just me making it up. Oh, sorry guys. My freaking thing wasn't showing me my... Dang it. I'm sorry guys, it wasn't showing me all your messages. I'm sorry, it stopped showing me your messages, guys. Especially my winter break, I'm going to start for them. Cat. Good luck, Roya. If I totally agree, it makes for a toxic environment because people are less likely to help each other. Yep. A lot of people drop my chem class too. How should you prefer for organic chemistry, Ragu? Who's on here still? I'm so sorry, guys. It wasn't showing me the messages. Who's still here? I'm sorry. Ask your question again because the messages got lost. They all barely came through. Let's see. How's it going, Leslie? Dang, I missed a bunch of messages because... Oh, well. Sorry, I missed a bunch of messages because it wasn't showing them. I'm sorry, Raghu, if I missed your message up higher. Ask your questions again. Hopefully it shows them to me this time. How do you prepare for OChem? So OChem, I did I didn't really prepare for it, but during the class, that's a really important course. So you need to do a lot of practice problems, and you need to understand the mechanism. Don't just memorize reactions. Once you understand the mechanisms or why the reactions are having they are, it becomes cake. It becomes pretty easy, and you can answer questions on test, no problem. A lot of practice problems are going to help you so much and really understand why what's happening is happening. And literally, that's all you have to do. A lot of people think it's like really hard, but I think it's because people are trying to memorize specific reactions. And then when they don't show up on the test, they're screwed. So understand mechanism. I'm scared I'm gonna miss messages again. I feel bad. I was like staring over, you guys were actually talking to me and it just wasn't showing me, so that sucks. I've been spending way too much time on SDN. Ugh, I hate that website, BlueQ. People can be so rude to each other on that website. I cannot believe it. It's ridiculous. That website, I hated that website when I was pre-med. People are so toxic. Hey Leslie, I'm currently actually doing a lot of my flashcards, but actually I'm learning about syphilis. I activated some syphilis cards, and I'm also gonna be learning about some tinea, I think, as well. So I already like saw lectures and stuff on it, so it's just like some reinforcement tonight. But I also want to get through my flashcards and also start getting those in. That space repetition. Funky, yeah, of course. Stay away from SDN, yeah. SDN, I can't believe how toxic people are on there. I hated that website. That website's so bad. That was a bad website for my pre-med mental health, honestly. Roya, how's it going? Sorry if I missed your question earlier. I wasn't like seeing the messages come through, and then a bunch of them came through, and then people had already left. So I feel bad, but it's not my fault. I'm just here to support. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate the support. You use your drone. I actually have, so whenever I go back to the farm, it's actually really fun to put it up in the air and chase the horses around with it. You get some really cool videos, um, and just different angles of the horses and the sheep and stuff. So it's actually really fun. What are effective study techniques you use? Practice questions. The most effective for me, Roya. I basically, whenever I do a practice question, before I answer it, I try to answer first off why I think it's right. And then the other thing is whenever you have a practice question, work through why the other answers are incorrect. And you literally just studied 4 or 5 topics in one question. If you can recall all that information in one question, reason through it why you're right and why the other ones are wrong, boom, you're getting so much done. It takes a lot of time, yeah, but it also shows your weak spots, and you are very likely to remember things that you got wrong when asked again. It's very weird. Like your brain, you hate, everybody hates being wrong, so it triggers your brain when you see a question like that. It brings all the important information up. It works for me very well. The spaced repetition working very well. Flashcards. I always hated doing flashcards, and now it's kind of like a job. It feels like a task, but it's also like a daily goal I can complete every day and see that I finished. So it feels good. What do you think about suicide rates of doctors? And what EC should I be doing by Ragu? Yeah, the suicide rates of doctors are unfortunately high. And I think men, it's like 1 or 2 times more likely. And then and then women, it's even worse. Women physicians are a much higher rate, and it's because we're overworked. Uh, it sucks. Like medical school is a really long road. When you're done, you get overworked, and then the healthcare system is really bad, and it really caters towards money instead of actually taking care of people, and that's not the reason we went into medicine, um, and that sucks. So that's what's going on there. To answer your questions about ECs, Raghu, I think you should really settle into college first. Figure out, um, try to like figure out what works very well for you studying wise, so that you are getting good grades before you start piling additional things onto it. I would definitely recommend like that first semester, really try and find your pace, get your foot get your footing in your courses, figure out how you're going to study. If it's working, then you can start adding extracurriculars, like Blue Q said, start volunteering in a clinic, start shadowing physicians. If you can do that, I think that's better than starting to volunteer. If you can, just so you understand what you're actually getting yourself into. So I think that's a very important thing to do. Just like start shadowing in ECs after you've set your foot well and you're doing well on your courses. Anti-vaxxers, say one nice thing about them. Yeah, Blue Q is good. Honeybee, what motivates you the most? Uh, I have a lot of motivators, Honeybee. Um, I'm a first generation college student. My parents immigrated to the United States for me, and basically they work day in and day out. Uh, my mom is a custodian, and my dad is a truck driver, and they have worked so hard, and I have seen them work so hard, and I'm not gonna let them come to this country and all the years they've been humiliated and put down, and it's also that so that I can be here. Literally, like I'm in medical school, first generation. It's crazy to think, but that's what motivates me. Um, that's my number one motivator. I'm not gonna let them down. They have sacrificed way too much for me. So that's why. That's my number one motivator. I've also lost some people along the way. Uh, yeah. So I really want to go into hematology oncology. Um, Lost some people. I think you guys can kind of guess that from what happened last year, and that's another motivator, but I don't really want to talk about that. What is SDN? Well, yeah, it's Student Doctor Network. It's a forum where a lot of pre-med and other students um, start. So I'm shadowing volunteering right now. Once I begin undergrad, should I stop then to focus on school or continue? I think you should continue, Raghu, if you're already set into it. It won't really like change it. Just really be cognizant. If your grades start to suffer, then cut back so that you can get your footing. Um, just really set your foot. Like I said, get to the pace of college coursework, and once you got it down, then you can volunteer all you want. It is very important, definitely. Volunteer at a hospital once a week. Nice, Roya. Yeah, I went to a free, to a low cost clinic, and it was a lot of immigrant patients, a lot of Hispanics, and I fit right in, and I went for 4 years. I started my sophomore year in college, and I went every single Wednesday for 4 years. So yeah. Are there any competitions in college that I should start preparing for that I can participate in later? I wasn't too involved in stuff like that, so I can't really, I don't really know, Ragu. Um, yeah, I was always, if I wasn't at school, I was honestly working or volunteering, so I never really like did extra stuff outside of that. I didn't really get too involved in my undergraduate, like in the undergraduate clubs and stuff. I kind of did my own thing, and it's also because I couldn't really like I had to work so I could afford to go to college, and then I had to volunteer at a place that I really felt was important to me, and it was great, and so I never really did anything like that. Thanks, Blue. Have you thought of what specialties you're considering? Yeah, definitely MQ. I'm gonna go into pediatrics, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's very early on in my career, but I have always loved peds. I don't want to do adult medicine just because adults make some pretty bad choices. I've always enjoyed working with kids, honestly. Whenever I have kids in clinic, it just feels right to me. It's where I need to be. Primary care, like general pediatrics, it feels a little bit too slow for what I'm looking for. So I will probably end up specializing. It's definitely probably going to be hemonc. If not, it's going to be critical care, and if not, it might be anesthesiology, but all peds specialties. Um, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, but it's kind of far out, so it's hard to tell. Do you have a study group? I don't right now, Honeybee. I feel like I should do it more. I just feel like um, it's been pretty, I don't know, it's been pretty difficult for me to find myself with this class, and I don't really have a study group, but I think maybe in January we're taking micro, and that's kind of something I'm dreading. So I might look for help then from other peers and form study group from some students that I made friends with, but we're all just kind of serious about med school. And I actually have two guy friends that I really want to get together so we can study honestly, but that probably won't happen until January. So then volunteering, shadowing, should I focus on to have a good medical school application? Ragu, mindfulness, and meditation. Those are all really good things. Really have a good answer, really develop some good experiences to be able to answer why you want to be a doctor. That's like the best thing you can do, honestly. Like, that question is it's gonna follow you for the rest of your life. It's constantly changing for me. It can change from week to week. It can change from clinic experience to next clinic experience. It's constantly evolving, but have a really good answer for why, and have a really good personal statement story. Like, don't just your personal statement, guys, is personal. It's about you, who you are as a person, how you grew up, the things you did to lead you to where you're at now. It's not a summary of your application again. It's they can read it all already. Like, they don't want to read it twice. They want to know who you are. That's the reason of a personal statement. I feel like a lot of people get that wrong about personal statements. Boom, exactly what MQ Lin said. I agree 110%. Yes, 100% what MQ Lin is saying. That's exactly what I just said, but see another person saying it. So literally, like, that's super important. I understand that. Yeah, so many people are so focused on GPA and MCAT that they miss, and extracurriculars and research and like MQN checking the boxes, that they forget the bigger picture. Like, this isn't about checking boxes, it's about interacting with humans, saving human lives. Like, it takes a lot of other things to be a really good doctor. Going about getting internships. How's it going, Foodie? Hi. I actually did a couple internships, so definitely apply to them. I would always to the internships I always sent follow-up emails. And if it's not too creepy or weird, show up in the office. Like, go, like, dress nicely, dress business, with the honestly, you should probably wear a tie. I don't think you have to wear like a blazer or anything, but just like show up, show that you're interested in it. Send an email, show up and ask them how it's going, if there's any information extra they would like to know. Um, that's my best advice. I am fine. It just sucks being a first-gen college student because buying opportunity, channel opportunity experiences is hard. It's definitely hard, but that's what's so fun about it, right? Like, you can do it too. So many first gens have done it. Uh, like, there's so much information online now. Like, yeah, you have to fight a little bit harder. You have to push a little bit harder, but it's so nice. Like, once you get in, you're just like, damn, I put all that work in, and we're here, and we're gonna keep going. And yeah, it sucks. Like, you have to work a lot harder. It's so nice. I don't know. A lot of people think like being first gen is like disadvantage, and I can see that. But I always tell people it's such an advantage. You're so like you're so much more relatable as a doctor. I swear you're so relatable to patients and their actual experiences. It's crazy. You guys have no idea how much being first gen is like so relatable to patients. They just what it is like to work, and I don't know. It's pretty special, honestly. And what's awesome is like you are first gen. You're the first one that's gonna do it. It's on you to build your family up, and it feels like pressure, but I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I think people don't talk about shadowing experiences a lot. Yeah, definitely Roya and Blue Q. So I actually have a video, Roya, out on how to find shadowing experiences. Basically, email a lot of clinics, show up looking nice and ask if you can shadow. If they tell you you can shadow on certain days, show up, don't be late, be attentive, um, and you'll have a good shadowing experience. You'll find one. Doctors and just other people in general. Sorry, I got like hiccups. Like initiative. Just think like I would love it if whenever I'm a doctor, if a student showed up and asked if I can shadow right then and there. Like, if they show up. Like, that just takes initiative, and I love initiative. You gotta go back and redo your path to medical school. What you change? I would change my grades. Honestly, I wish I would have performed a lot better in my prerequisite courses than I did. I wish I would have taken them more seriously. I kind of had this mentality of I was getting by honestly without studying very much, and I really wish I would have added a little bit more effort. And I think I would have been accepted the first time I applied to medical school, and just things would be a little bit different. But in hindsight, like I'm here now, and I love everything I've done up until this point. So um, that's that's a hindsight thing, but it's just honestly, it's just grades for me. Like, yeah, I wouldn't change my experiences working and just volunteering. I love that stuff. I loved it. Yes, sir. Have you shadowed a DO ever? No, I actually have not. If I did, then I probably didn't realize it. Honestly, DOs do everything MD does, and sometimes even more with that manipulative medicine. So I don't know too much about what DOs do, but no, I've never shadowed a DO. I don't know very much about DOs. I like the holistic approach to medicine at all. Blue Q, even MDs have a holistic approach to medicine. I don't think people understand that. I don't know, uh, like their holistic approach, honestly. Like MDs are holistic. They have to look at the big picture too. So I don't know why that's such a like buzzword, I guess, for MDs versus DOs because you have to take a holistic approach with every single patient, even as an MD, and they've always taught us that, and they never taught us different. So I don't know where that um, like difference ever came from, honestly. I agree 100% what you said about being a doctor. You can be a tutor and have that as your extracurriculars. You have to find your joy with extracurriculars. It's not about checking boxes. Yeah, definitely. Like you have to find exactly like joys and stuff. So it's just, um, exactly. See, my friend is a DO in New York, but to be honest, I'm not sure of the big difference. MQ, I think DOs traditionally incorporate more social determinants of health and psychosocial aspects into their training. See, MQ, at my MD school, before we start our science courses, we literally have a class that is social determinants of health. So, I don't know. Um, yeah, I guess that maybe that's more of a recent thing. So, uh, maybe that's just changing. Maybe that's just the landscape that's changing. I know Doctor's Shadow and a pediatrician. Pediatrician not a sweetest. Yeah, I love peds. Ooh, congrats, Why Hakimi. Congratulations. That's an amazing feeling. Good job. But honestly, there's not much of a difference. Yeah, that I've seen there's not much of a difference. And I guess maybe it's because the schools is changing so much that I haven't noticed it. Um, maybe it's because we're already first gen and we know like you have to incorporate those things. I don't know. Yeah, OMM exactly. Hi Farhan, how are you doing? I'm gonna quit and become a homeopath. No, don't do that. I'm doing good too. Studying. I got a final next on Thursday, so my school final, my whole block final. So I should really be studying. I have two finals that day and then one final on Wednesday. But I'm hanging out with you guys because I've been studying all day. Basically, I just want to get my flashcards done tonight and then I'm gonna go to sleep. But I am a second year and need to change my study habits. This semester was a wake up call for me. A second year in med school, Roya? Sorry my hair is so crazy, guys. I mess around with my hair a lot when I'm studying. I try to stop, but I shaved recently, so it doesn't look too bad. It's looking cool. Yeah, super cool. You'll be such a cool doctor. Oh, thanks. I hope I'm a good doctor, not a cool doctor, but I guess that's better than being a regular doctor, so. Please make a medicine of cancer. I know that would be incredible, wouldn't it be, Farhan? I do want to go into hemonc, so we'll see where that takes us and what we can accomplish. Which med school do you go to? I'm currently at University of New Mexico School of Medicine, CM. What specialty are you interested in? By Hakimi. Hakimi, I want to go into peds, but I'm going to specialize either into hemonc, critical care, or anesthesia in peds. That's just my thoughts right now. Please do research, don't just become a doctor. Yeah, we'll see. I definitely want to get more into cancer research. I love genetics, so we'll see what we can do with that because I really enjoy genetics. So I'm gonna try to incorporate that into my hemonc career plans. Do you have an Instagram account? I do, Farhan. I think it's probably in the description or you can find it somewhere. It's at Aron underscore el underscore mas underscore cabron. You should find it. I don't really feel like typing it because I gotta take my phone off it and it's just a pain, honestly. I'm into virology and parasites. I'm interested in surgery, peds, surgery or peds on too. I thought about peds surgery, so I actually shadowed a peds surgeon and it was really fun. Um, but I don't know, I just don't really want to have that surgery life. Just because I also want to have a life with my family. Did you get good grades back in high school? I did get really good grades in high school, Hung, except it was very easy. I never studied. I just got A's. I showed up to class, took the test, got A's. Public school, very easy, not challenging. So, yeah. My class is about 100, a little over 100 students. I have a little over 100 students in my class. I'm not peds in trauma or emergency, just something fast paced to suit my ADHD. Yeah, that's why general peds was actually like it was fun. Um, I really enjoyed I enjoyed it, but like I said, it's not enough. It's not mentally challenging enough for me. Oh, second year in college. Oh, I thought you were in med school for some reason. Yeah, I got a wake up call my second year too, Roya. 2.7 GPA. I was put on probation for my full ride scholarship for school. So yeah, big wake up call on getting good grades and the importance of it. Here I am now though. Should I take AP classes in high school? I think you should. If you have the opportunity, you can start getting college credit for them. And yeah, definitely. The only limiting factor I think is sometimes that you have to, uh, sometimes you have to pay for those tests, but sometimes your school covers it. So definitely if you can. Oh yeah, Roy, yeah, no problem. I just, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I have a few other med students that like to come and hang out with me and talk to me, so. What was that? Do you write summarized notes? Not really, honeybee. I don't really write out my notes very much anymore. No. I did that last year. I didn't feel like it was effective. It takes a lot of time. Um, I don't know. It's just not effective for me personally. Even if you don't take the P exam, the class is more than worth it. By Blue. What should I read to become a human mind reader? I have no idea. If you took bio, AP bio is it worth skipping an undergrad because you have the credits? Um, I think I actually don't know. Do they give you like actual bio credits? Also, you should take it in college, as Blue just said, just because you should take college level genetics and college level um, molecular and cell biology. That'll really help you in med school as well, and for the MCAT. So that you should definitely take it. Also for the MCAT, basically. Do you get to do other stuff while in med school? Yeah, you do, CM. I do YouTube. I do a few other things, and I'm doing something new that I'm not going to yet announce. I probably won't announce it maybe for 6 months, maybe a year. I'm still working on it, so um, I don't know. I'm doing something pretty fun that I've really started to enjoy. So you just, yeah, you can do other stuff. Just remember, med school comes first. How's school going? It's going pretty good, Hung. I don't know how new you are to my channel, but I am repeating my first year of medical school. Stuff happened last year, and it's okay. I'm just grateful to be back and that I get to continue the journey. And yeah, I'm still here. I'm not giving up. Life can really kick your butt sometimes. It's all right. Can you do something for us to motivate us regularly? So I was trying to upload those pre-med motivation videos, Farhan. I was actually planning on doing it weekly, except I don't know. So I just feel like YouTube is trying to kill a lot of creators. I don't know if you guys have heard like the stuff that happened recently with Kappa, and it just like kind of made me lose interest a little bit. Honestly, it made me feel like wow, like this is not. They don't really care about creators. They only care about themselves, honestly, and their bottom line. And I don't know. Just felt that, and then school. I got busy with school, of course, and I don't know. I've just been kind of honestly. I've just been like, uh, how can I say, not cruising, but just doing school. Like I've just been there. You get into these ruts where you just go to class, study, take tests, go to class, study, take tests, and nothing really new and exciting happens. But recently, exciting stuff has happened, so I'm trying to use that energy for positivity and keep on going and making stuff for you guys and just stuff like that. Already MCAT studying time at 5 a.m. See you, Blue Q. Good luck, Blue Q. Good luck, man. Woman. A lot of people showed up. I'm pretty happy. Thanks all for showing up. Hope everybody that's showed up subscribed already. helps me a bunch. Leaving likes on my videos and commenting on my videos really helps. So if you guys are hanging out with me now, like if you guys can do that at another time, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Sometimes YouTube won't show me the messages, so I'm scared I might miss some like I did earlier. I felt so bad. I probably thought I was ignoring them, and I was looking right at the camera. What college do you attend? I'm at University of New Mexico School of Medicine, Hung. I'm a pre-med sophomore. When should I start studying for the MCAT? I think you should start once you have the once you've taken all your prerequisite courses, CM. Do well in your prerequisite courses, and that's going to translate into doing well once you start studying for the MCAT, and then of course getting a good MCAT score. But I always suggest people to study once they've finished their prereqs, 2 years before they intend to matriculate into medical school. So you have like 6 months of studying, and then you apply to medical school, and then you won't get into medical school the following year. It's a really long process. That's kind of like a rule of thumb that I would say in hindsight, but it's different for everybody. So you do you. Like, don't let people think that there is one specific way to get into medical school. It's so varied, and I feel like that's something I didn't understand as a pre-med. There's so many ways to get into med school. Don't follow cookie cutter builds. There's thousands of students doing cookie cutter stuff. You want to do something that's brownie cutter or biscochito cutter because you want to be different. I'm an Australian, did a 3-year degree. That's me after the first 2 years of medical school, so I've covered a lot of med content, but thinking about doing sensory motor pathway again stresses me out. Honestly, to do anatomy and cadaver tests all over again stress me out. Oh yeah, our clinical morphology. So whenever I started this year, we started with clinical morphology, basically anatomy lab, and it was absolutely brutal starting off with it. It was very difficult, but we got through it. But yeah, cadaver lab can get once you're in there for hours with a cadaver, testing yourself and dissecting and figuring out structures, and it gets tiring. I feel like you get burnt out very fast. It's very difficult. And yeah, that's more like neuro stuff. We won't get that until phase 2, so I won't see it for a while. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's a pain. I like how I have these on and I don't even have music going, guys. Do you all ever do that? Where is my thing? I don't know. We liked the video too. What video, Roya? What's the main difference between college and high school? The college is funner. You get more say in when you take courses, how you study, what you do. High school just sucks. I hated high school. What do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Oof, in 10 years, I'm probably practicing here at my hospital here in New Mexico. 10 years, holy crap. Yeah, I'll probably, I see myself practicing. I honestly actually see myself being more of a critical care physician than a hematologist oncologist, if I'm gonna be honest. I see myself working here, living a little bit farther down that way up in the mountains, like 20-ish minutes. Married, probably by that point, maybe a couple kids. Um, in 10 years, let's see. Hopefully by that point, I will have no more student debt. Um, and other stuff I can't reveal yet. I am working on a business currently. Nothing, absolutely nothing related to medicine. Completely different. So maybe that will be a thing in 10 years as well. But I'll announce that later. If it takes off. If not, I'll let you guys know, and then I'll tell you guys what I was thinking of doing. But they say to keep your business ideas and plans to yourself until they actually take off, and so people can't plot against you or whatever. But I'm pretty excited. It's more like a hobby turned into passion, turned into like business opportunity. So I'm excited. I think one of the biggest things also is whenever you guys are trying to recall information, don't beat yourselves up for not being able to recall it instantly. Like just now, like there was a thing that just popped up and I knew it, but it wasn't coming to me instantly, so I just sat and thought about it for a little bit. And then it came to me and I was right, so it's okay to delay. Don't think you have to have it right off the top of your head. That's part of the learning process. And it's all right if it doesn't come to you right away. Chill. Edit this card because I spelled congenital incorrectly. Eight of you on here. Everybody, thanks so much for showing up and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. You have to be smart to get into med school. I think you have to be more hardworking than smart, Hung. I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm smart. I'm surrounded by smart people. Holy crap, there's some smart people in my class. But I do work very hard every single day. Every single day I get up, I watch lectures, I go to lecture, I do flashcards, I do practice questions, I read, and I just try to keep grinding, keep grinding. That's all you can do. Like that's all I can do. Oh yeah, I have you guys had problems with Google Chrome? It stopped working on every single one of my devices, and I've heard that the latest version just crashes for some reason. So I guess they're trying to fix that. So if you turn off your computer and turn it back on, it automatically uploads the newest version, and then you can't open Google Chrome anymore. I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, I'm screwed. Like I'm using Microsoft Edge, and it really sucks. And I don't know if you guys are having the same problem. Let me know if you guys are. Oh, KK. Sorry. See, I don't see the messages. Sometimes they just don't show me. Is it possible to go to medical school with the low GPA? Decided to go to medical school late throughout my undergrad. Do you recommend SMP or postbacks? What is SMP, KK? But it's very difficult to get into medical school with a low GPA. So I would definitely recommend doing a postback. I don't know what an SMP is. But yeah, you got to raise that GPA to get into medical school. They want to know that you are capable of learning material effectively. That's literally what your GPA says. Can you learn material effectively? Can you multitask? Can you learn like just a lot of stuff differently? So yeah. My bro just got into Cornell. Dang, that's amazing. Congrats to him, Cornell. See, I never looked to apply to crazy schools just because my family was always here and I kind of needed to be home. Um, I feel like I kind of just needed to be home to keep stuff together. What's the safe GPA? It really depends. I would say anything above a 3.5 is pretty good, and 3.7 is really good. So I would always, always, always aim for the best GPA possible. That's why I hate answering that question because people are like, oh, if I get a 3.5, I'll be good. Like, no, you want to get the best GPA you can possible. 3.5, I think, is pretty good. 3.7, I think, is really, really good. Like, you have a really good chance getting into medical school. So, 3.7, I used to say 3.5, but 3.7, if you can do that, I think that's a really good goal. But obviously, higher your GPA, the better. My guy, we both look tired. I always look tired, Angel. How are you doing? Yeah, I always look tired. Look at these bags under my eyes. I'm always looking like this. I'm glad you're here. Haven't seen you in a while. Dang. Remember our little 4-hour study fiasco? I'm looking tired. That's how I'm doing. Yeah, and that's definitely. Oh yeah, I know, man. It's crazy you stayed with me the whole time. I can't believe you. Crazy. What are you up to right now? I'm actually live streaming off my phone. Make juice. I warmed water up for coffee, but I don't think I'm gonna get coffee. I think I'm gonna get done with these pretty soon, so I should just go to sleep. I was telling people that Google Chrome stopped working for me. I don't know if it stopped working for you. It's just not opening anymore. It crashes, and I've heard it's just because that latest version like crashes, so they're working on it. I didn't use it since Wednesday evening, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I noticed it today. My sister complained about it yesterday, but I guess I didn't use it. And then this morning when I open it, just done. It won't work. I tried installing, and it wasn't working. So I was using Microsoft Edge, then it stopped working. Like this works. I hate Microsoft Edge. Out of juice. Gosh. Make your own. Throw an apple and some water in the blender. you always want to be a doctor even from high school? I decided on store-bought mango, so I just have to feel it. Yes, honeybee. I decided I want to be a doctor probably a junior year in high school. I always wanted to be a vet before that though. So I kind of changed in high school, but ever since then, this has been my dream and I love it. I think it's definitely where I need to be. Yeah, mango sounds good. I love mangoes. My mother-in-law actually gave me some like high-end spices, basically tajin. I don't know if you guys have ever had tajin. It's like some spices people put on their fruit in Mexico. Um, and it's basically like a really fancy and expensive one, and I haven't used it yet. That's what it reminded me of. That'd actually be pretty good on that right now, I think. Do you play any game in leisure hours? Whenever you're ready to share, you have my email. Oh, do you play any? I actually do play. I play Hearthstone. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's by Blizzard. I used to actually play World of Warcraft back in the day. Obviously not anymore because it's such a time sink. But I do play. They have like a card game out, Hearthstone, and I enjoy playing it. That's basically the only game I play outside of it. I actually mostly watch YouTube in my leisure time. Uh, I watch YouTube on just a bunch of different videos. And then I exercise. I do like archery. And then I've also recently learned how to smoke meat. I was given a smoker by my girlfriend's old boss just because he likes me so much because I would help him out and hang out with them and stuff. And he gave me his old smoker, so I've been learning how to smoke meat. My first one came out extremely salty. It was still good. It was some pork ribs, but way too salty. But yeah, I do a lot of other stuff besides medical school. You just have to like really manage your time effectively, set goals, daily goals. If you complete them, then it's okay to take a. Um, yeah, I see your meat making video. Wait, what? I didn't make a video, did I? Wait, I have your email, Angel. Wait, what? Share what, Angel? There's so many questions. Oh my gosh. Ah, he plays Anki cards. Seriously, that's literally what I'm doing. That's what I'm always doing during my live streams, Anki cards, because it's easy for me to do these while I'm talking to you guys for the most part. These days I can't study while due to PUBG. Oh, with Tahin. Yeah, no, I haven't even tried it yet. I've actually never played PUBG. What is PUBG? I hear it all the time, but I've never actually played it. Let's see. But if I search for it, then I'm gonna get so many ads for it, aren't I? Just tell me what PUBG is. Because if I search for it, I'm gonna start getting ads on my everything about it. It's Battleground game. Hmm. What does it stand for though? Player something Battleground game? I never actually got into those games. Like I never had like an Xbox or other consoles like that to get into like those first person shooter games. Um, and also like I said, I used to play World of Warcraft a lot, and I was pretty much addicted to it. So I wouldn't play any other games other than that, honestly. Where 100 people come in an island, kill each other's 5. It's really realistic game. Yeah, it sounds realistic. Grand Theft Auto, right? Grand Theft Auto? Better not come out when I'm in medical school. Because I have zero self-control. Oh god. Whew. I have only 88 days and a huge syllabus remaining. 88 days of what, Farhan? Are you in college currently? Computer's being very laggy with Microsoft Edge. I really dislike when stuff doesn't work. No, in 12th class. Oh, I see. 12th grade? Sounds like. Tomorrow, great, yeah. Tomorrow I am just going to watch videos on acne, cutaneous signs of systemic disease, skin histology, even though I feel like I already know it. Papular squamous skin eruptions, I know that. Bullous dermatosis and drug reaction, I know that. Neoplasms of the skin, I know that. So a lot of this stuff I already know. I already studied all week, but I haven't actually watched the lectures or information on them because I've watched other lectures and information on them. So yeah. So clear? What? So dear? So yeah, exactly, derm. It's been all derm this week. Exactly. I used RX 360 this whole week. I watched their express videos. I've done Anki. I feel completely confident in everything. I showed up to class just to do a mini review session, and I got every single question right, and that makes you feel really good, even when the question is, I don't know, like not answered um, correctly by a lot of students. So I was in the minority, but I was correct, so it makes you feel good. Does water help? Water helps everything. If you feel like you're dying, just drink some water. Just go have a glass of water. Delhi AIM School is best medical school in India. Oh, I see. Or are you currently in India, Farhan? I feel like I have a lot of people from India that watch me. It's so different over there. Just medical college in general. The whole system is so different. 'Cause you guys can go into medical college straight from high school, can't you? But it is longer. Do you guys wanna see? I'll take that advice as a doctor. Going to my friend Dr. Aaron. If you feel like you're dying, drink water. They'll wash me different from the day before. I know, seriously. That's great advice. Yeah, students can qualify any college and they go abroad with so many money for studying medicine. Dang, that's crazy. Is medical college free for you guys, Farhan? I'm gonna try to angle it a little bit better because I'm trying to be more comfortable, but my phone might fall forward, so sorry. See, sometimes my freaking things doesn't show me the messages when they come through. Mulana Azan Medical College is dream. Nice. Yeah, sorry. If I don't reply to your questions, it's because YouTube didn't show it to me, so I don't know. I don't know, try to resend. I don't know. I'll check. Make sure I keep getting them. Let's see if that kind of resets it. Or something that you learned in medical school that made you change your habits. So it's kind of funny because I said I just got a smoker, and we know that smoked meats cause higher rates of gastric cancer in people, especially in Japan, just because they eat so much smoked meat. Um, so that's kind of like touchy because I'm like I love smoked stuff. I don't eat it every day, but that's like ooh that's scary. But it actually hasn't really changed my habits too much that I can think of right now. Let's see, anything crazy? No, I don't think anything drastic. I don't think I've changed anything drastically, personally to like that I could say it was because med school changed that. Still here. Roya is still here. Um, so yeah, I don't think I've ever actually changed something specifically because of med school. Priya, thank you. Thanks. So yeah, I'm not gonna not eat smoked meats because of that. I feel like, and also I'm pretty bad at it right now, so I'm just gonna wait. Um, I know. Yeah. So let's see. Anything crazy? I guess whenever we do CDPR, we kind of like just diet. Oh, here it is. I was looking for this earlier. I found it, guys, for my earphones. Um, yeah, the exactly when I was going through CDPR, actually, like eating a diet and for heart disease and stuff, it made me eat a little bit more lettuce. I will tell you that. But I'm not like I don't completely change my habits because of it, honestly. Let's see if I missed anything. I really want to study abroad for a semester. I really want to travel. Yeah, you should definitely do it, Roya. Um, Traveling abroad, I think would be awesome. As a vegan, I can't. You're a vegan, Angel? Hmm. I don't think I could ever make that transition. I'm sorry, I like meat too much. But there are times like I have noticed I eat less meat now. Because yeah, I love salads can be so freaking good and just like rice and beans and I guess people when people hear vegan they just think of only salad, but there's so many foods you can eat. Um, and it's actually really good too. So I mean, it's fine. I just don't think I could do it either. Um, but I think it's fine when people do it. Like some people are so crazy about their beliefs that they want to push them on other people. Uh, I don't know. Just let people be happy. Word, I know. Just let people be happy. Do what you like. Um, as long as you're not hurting anybody or doing something rude, then you're all right. Exactly, but you also have to remember processed foods are a no, or keep it minimal. Yeah, definitely. I try to keep it minimal. Pretty like I don't know. I still eat. Let's see. What is one thing that I eat that is probably really bad? Ooh, I love ramen, instant ramen. Like I'm sorry, I love it. Uh, I kind of grew up on it, so it's kind of hard for me to stop. I know it's so bad for you, but I really like it. Um, exactly. Also, the soy one I was addicted to, but shockingly, I get off things pretty easily. Soy? What? What soy one? There's like a soy ramen or what? Congrats, Garrett, for oh dang. Congrats. That's amazing, man. Keep up. Keep it up. Interesting. I never had it. I'm a oh no, it's not soy, the one I've tasted. I actually do have like an organic um good ramen. Uh mm, oh, the soy sauce one. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I lost my breath so happy. Glad you're streaming. Thanks for sharing, man. Thanks for coming on here and letting us know. That's awesome. See, yeah, man, I'm proud of you too. Just like Bria said, I'm proud. That's awesome, man. I think I only got four O's like my very senior year in high school or my senior year in college, and yeah, it was an amazing feeling. Like, dang, I got all A's. It feels so good. Congrats, man. Yeah, that's just a good job. Takes a lot of dedication and sacrifice, honestly. My hair's all pointy. Oh well. Do you know Doctor? No, I don't, Farhan. One, do good in undergrad. Two, get into med school. Three, save lives. Yep. It's only three steps. I actually have a new desk and set it up tonight. Nice. Is it one of those desks that goes up and down? Look, my sister's desk back here. I don't know if you guys can see it. That thing actually goes up and down. Oh no, my thing fell. Oh, is it up? Oh, I guess I can show you guys. I mean, you're on my phone. Her desk actually goes up and down. It's awesome. Eric Flores, what's up, man? How are you doing? Thanks for dropping a comment. back up. I think a bunch of people are showing up. So far, so good, Eric. So far, so good. We have a final on Thursday. So yeah. How did your first year of medical school go? Yeah, just so far, so good. Just have a final next week on pathology and histology. So that's it. Let's see. Brian, new to the channel, quick recap of yourself and your content. My name is Luis Aron Valentin Trillo Varela, first gen Mexican American. I talk about medical school. I do live streams. I keep it real with you guys. That's basically it. I just finished finals. Oof. How do you feel like you did, Eric? He first told that trees have life. Interesting. What year are you in? I'm a first year, pretty, yeah. Did you take Path 1 undergrad? If so, is it similar? I didn't, Eric, but I think you should really try and take like a histology course and an embryology course in undergrad if you can. That'll help you a lot in med school. Embryology, not so much. Like, we get a lot of embryology. I think it's just my school. And it's so low yield for STEP. I get so angry when they give us lectures on it for a week. It just really bugs me for some reason. I feel like it's something I can learn separately. Lots of live streams, future PEDS resident. Yep, that's what Garrett said, Ryan. I just started finals. Oof, but yeah, next week you have finals. What do you have finals in? Eric, I got all A's in biochem, cell bio, stats, and a poli-sci and honors class. Nice. That's awesome, Eric. Garrett here also got a 4.0. So we're all proud of them. We're all proud of him, and we're proud of you too. Nice, man. Biochem, that's a good one to get an A in. That's a pretty difficult course, I think. No, I didn't get that. I was looking on Wayfair because I wanted one I saw, but I didn't end up getting that. I do need a chair, though. I'll be spending time in it, so why not be comfortable? Oh, I think my sister got it off Wayfair. Angel? I'm pretty sure that's where she got it off of. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, this chair was expensive, actually. Yeah, it's a Secret Life chair, but it's actually a very good investment. I spent a lot of time in here. I've actually had this 1 year. I got it 1 year. About a year ago. I got it during Christmas last year, so it's been well worth the money. Yes, it is a gaming chair. It actually is pretty, yeah. Let's see, I'm missing messages. Biochem is tough, but it's easy to study because it's interesting. I agree, Garrett. It is easy to study for because of that. Pretty, yeah. English, human physiology, anatomy, and econ next week. Oof. How are you feeling about them, Priya? Wayfair and Target will take your money. Heck yes, they will, Angel. They will take your money. Planning on applying for the upcoming med cycle in the summer. Any advice? I hope you've taken all your prereqs. I hope you've taken the MCAT already, Eric. And any advice? Nothing. Spend a lot of time with it. Spend a lot of time on your personal statement. Share it with a lot of with mentors that you highly value their opinion, and mentors that are actually gonna keep it real. And if your personal statement sucks, they're gonna tell you it sucks. I had a mentor that was like that, and it sucks whenever they tell you it sucks, but honestly, it's for the better good. And I think my mentor shredded my personal statement like 5 times before I had a version that they liked, and then I just edited that one, so it takes a while. Is that a gaming chair? Yeah, it's a secret lab chair, pretty, yeah. Is a drone working? Yes, it is working. Farhan, scared as heck. Oof, why, Priya? What are you scared about? Would you recommend a pre-med take summer semesters? Oh yeah, have fun, Garrett. Bourbon? I'm not a big bourbon. I'm more of a whiskey guy, honestly. Would you recommend a pre-med take summer semesters? If you want to, I don't know. I think that's very personal, Angel. I took OChem 1 over the summer just because people said OChem is gonna kick your butt. Um, but I decided to take it over the summer because of that, because I was scared and actually wasn't that bad. So it was more like of a precautionary thing for me because I was scared I was not gonna perform well. I realized it was all lies. I feel like people just weren't studying, or I don't know. But you can study and do whatever. Like I don't think it's bad. Awesome advice, thanks, man. You're welcome, Eric. How many hours you studying in a day? Today I got up at 6, and it's currently 11. I haven't been studying from 6 to 11. That would literally be almost 18 hours. I would say out of those 18 hours, maybe today, probably maybe 12, maybe 10 to 12 today. Because, yeah, I've been, like I ate, I take breaks. I've been eating. I went to the store. Like, I don't study 18 hours constantly, but about 10 to 12 today. And that's about average, I think. I feel like 10 to 12 is about average of what I'm going to do when even like next week as finals ramp up. Maybe more like Monday and Tuesday, but I don't think it's going to be much more than that, honestly. I really want to do that so that I can have more credits than I would if I would have taken the time off. Although my parents don't want me to because they don't want me to get overwhelmed. I mean, if you take like one summer course or two over the summer, Angel, it's very doable. Like I only took one, honestly. So it's very doable. It's very easy. I think. Just I never took like a full some summer semester. But I can see why they want you to take a break so you don't get burnt out. Do you have time to get boba in med school? I drink boba once or twice a day and need that through medical school. No, I don't drink boba. I'm a big coffee drinker, Garrett, so I just drink coffee all day long. And I like making my coffee at home. Um, yeah. See you, Farhan. Thanks for showing up. We'll see you. I'd ask of my parents for them to put the pot on the stove with water for some ramen. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I never took a full summer course load, so can't really help you there, man. I'm sorry. I only took the one course over the summer, but I can see why they want you to kind of relax and take a break, especially if you're performing well already in your semesters. Like, there's no need to like rush it. Like the application cycle. I don't know. It just depends, I guess. I can see why you want to get ahead, but I can also see why you don't want to burn yourself out. It's a double-edged blade. Of course, yeah. uh, it's either make or break of a GPA. Exactly. Like you just really want to make sure you get a good GPA, get a good MCAT, and just be a good, smart applicant. When in your undergrad career, did you take the MCAT? I took it. Yes, I took it the summer between my junior and senior year of college. I did really bad on it, but I still applied to medical school. And then I retook it after I graduated. During that gap year, I retook it. I didn't improve by too much, honestly, but I improved enough. And I got into my state medical school. So that's kind of my story. I never had stellar stats, I guess. I made it up with my extracurriculars and my involvement in my community and leadership. Um, that's basically how I got into med school. What kind of extracurriculars did you have? So I volunteered at a low income immigrant clinic every single Wednesday for 4 years. I found it as a sophomore when I was an undergrad, and it was my people. I was taking care of my people, and I literally went every single Wednesday. About a year in, I noticed that we had a lot of blood drawing supplies, but we were always sending patients out to get their blood drawn. So without asking or being asked or anything, I went and got certified in phlebotomy to so that I could draw blood. And I came to clinic the following Wednesday. I showed them, and they were like, "Okay, start drawing blood." So I was drawing blood in clinic, and I was literally saving people $5 and the inconvenience of having to go to the lab and get their blood drawn. So I started saving patients time and money. It was good practice for me. The clinic was able to offer more services basically and faster, and it was just better. And then I was there for so long that I just became an integrated part of the clinic. Like I needed to be there for it to function effectively. And then now in med school, I am actually the student coordinator for that clinic. Um, so I still go to the clinic as a med student. I love it. It's the reason I am where I am, and I'm just so grateful for the. I was just so grateful for the opportunity. But yeah, I went every single Wednesday for 4 years. It ranged from 4 to 5 hours every single Wednesday. So yeah, that's kind of like the extracurricular. That was kind of like the shadowing and clinical thing I did. It was all kind of mixed in one, honestly. Drexel's closing the hospital in Philadelphia. Oh yeah, that whole Drexel thing was such a pain. Um, yeah, it was yeah, that whole Drexel thing, that Philadelphia thing, I feel so bad for all those residents, even all the other hospital workers and nurses. You know, that's such a shitty move by the administration to just under the bus, just pull the rug out from under everybody. Like that is such BS, honestly. I there's no words for that. Like F, right? Like that's the only word I can think of. Like really? It's such BS. Is that what you told him on an interview? Because if you didn't, my guy, it's hard to sell yourself in interviews. It probably wasn't like that. Uh, like it was kind of like that, but I don't know. I don't even remember, guys. I don't remember my interview. Interview days are so stressful. You like don't even remember questions they asked you like right seconds after you leave the interview room. Um, it's so hard. But yeah, I did. I actually, yeah, exactly. Pretty, yeah, like all in one. It's exactly what my experience was. Literally a go, man. Thanks, Eric. Where did that like whole term, that goat term come from? Like, what does that mean? Like, you're a goat. That's probably a good thing, right? I sort of reconsidered. Then again, I had my heart set on that school because UPenn to me seems out of reach. Oof, UPenn. Oh man, a if I can do my peds residency at Pennsylvania, it's one of the best peds places in the United States. That would be amazing. All right, now to answer Eric. How many of the 15th? No, I didn't use all 15, Eric. Actually, I remember. I think I only did 10 or 11. Um, so I only did things that were actually relevant to what I think made me as a person or is gonna help me be a physician. That's all I added. Um, so no, I didn't use all 15, actually. Definitely a good thing. Okay. Good thing is likely derived from basketball. Yeah, I've kind of heard the term. Like I assumed it's good. But I guess I don't know because I'm not a big fan of goats. I was raised on a farm, and I think goats are some of the meanest, stinkiest, grossest, worst animals. They eat everything. They're worse than pigs. I don't like goats. Um, but I know it's a positive term, so yeah, like that's why I'm like I know it's good, but goats in my head are not nice creatures. Never had a curry goat. What curry goat? I've never had. Yeah, on your side. What? Yeah, so that's just my. That's just my experience with goats. Goats are not a good thing in my experience. So, dang, it's already 11, guys. Eleven 11. Yeah, it's 11 here too. Yeah, I'm listening. So when I wasn't vegan, I used to eat it because it was, there. It's 1:11 on my side. Dang, are you off tomorrow? Yeah, it's Saturday. I'm off tomorrow, Eric. Literally, I just have to study all day tomorrow, all day Sunday, all day Monday, all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and then Thursday is my final. 12 over here. Dang. Yeah, I grew up on a sheep farm. So I'm very picky when it comes to lamb meat and stuff like that. If they cook it incorrectly, I can't eat it. I am absolutely a lamb meat snob. Um, yeah. And then goat, that just sounds gross. What about pork? Yeah, I'll eat pork. I'm fine with pork. I'm honestly fine with most meats. I'm fine with basically everything. Yeah, pork is fine. Sorry if you don't like that. They eat everything. They don't. They really don't. Pigs are pickier than goats. That's what I'm saying. Goats are grosser than pigs. Literally, that's just my experience. I just don't like goats. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Eric. I appreciate the compliment. I think I saw a thing. Do you have anyone you study with in medical school? Currently, I've actually not actually been studying with friends right now. Yeah, I have you guys exactly, but I do have a couple people that I can study with. I've just chosen not to. But I think here in January when I start micro, that's a topic I don't really enjoy. If I'm gonna be completely honest. I feel like it's just pure memorization. I'm gonna probably study with a couple of guy friends that I made at the beginning of the year. They're a little bit older, which I really like. But yeah, exactly. It's micro, and I took microbiology in college, and it's just memorization. I don't know. I I just need somebody that's. I just need people that are gonna be around me that I see studying, so I'm just around. Wow, I'm gonna major in micro. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more to it, but the way they teach us and what we need to know is just pure memorization, and it's just seriously, Angel. I'm just doing that tonight. I hate goats. I hate micro. Uh uh I hate vegans. uh nah, I'm sure micro is very more yeah, immunology. So R in med school they have micro and immunology connected. I took also immunology in undergrad. That's actually the only course I ever thought I was going to fail is immunology. I ended up getting a B because I absolutely nailed the final. But I was on a borderline grade when I took the final. I hated it. I consider myself plant-based, so you can go ahead and hate vegans. I hate plant-based people, eaters, plant-based eaters. I'm just gonna offend everybody tonight. uh, you taking cell bio? That class was death. Yeah, I took cell bio. It wasn't too bad for me. Um, yeah. What do you mean, Priya? Why? Is it micro or med micro? Med micro, probably. What do you mean, Priya? Why? You need to go away and look in the mirror or something. I'm seeing myself right now on screen. Mm. Vegetarian, we're about to fight. Plant-based, they are pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna offend everybody tonight, I guess. Yeah, I agree. uh, offend. I'm not offended. Offend. I understand the farm life. Yeah, I grew up on a farm, so it's just hard, right? Like it's just like a way of life for people. So it's really difficult whenever people grow up with stuff like that. Like, how do you? It's what we know. Like, you can't offend me when you're smoking meat, knowing that smoked meat helps with some cancers. Seriously, right? Oh, I know. I know. So smart. I swear I'm in med school. uh, uh, that's it's so funny, huh? Just how our minds are so set on ways, and given some facts, how some people still with facts in front of them, they will not change. Damn, people are so complicated. Don't you agree? I only took Psych 101 in undergrad, Eric. At you. Yeah, I know. Oh man, it's crazy. Brains are so, I don't know, crazy. Just like even looking at current day politics, like holy crap, it's crazy. I swear. On both sides. On both sides. We are all complicated to someone because we won't bend. I know exactly. Do you suggest Princeton over Kaplan? No. I actually can't really suggest one better than the other. So I like Kaplan for med school. They have good questions. When I actually took the MCAT the second time, I studied with Princeton Review and I got a better score by self-studying. But that's because I didn't take the Kaplan course seriously. So they're both good. You can get a good score with either or. I don't think one is better than the other, if I'm going to be completely honest. I just feel like I was more focused the second time I was studying with the Princeton Review, and it's not because Princeton is better, it's just I was more focused. The bio section in Princeton seems a little bit longer. I don't remember it. Um, uh, I don't really remember the comparisons. There's a lot of biology though, like on the MCAT, but I don't know. Like I feel like if you do well in your bio courses in undergrad, you'll be fine for the MCAT. But I was a biology major too, so I just got so much of it that was an easy topic for me, I guess. Do you think you do well in an accelerated program? No, I don't think I would have done well in a program like the Angel. I didn't have the study skills necessary for a program like that, I think. Now, I think I could do it, but coming out of high school, I would not have fared very well in a program like that, I don't think. Yes, I did, Eric. I applied my senior year, and then I got rejected, and I was kind of expecting it, um, so I was already trying to improve my application because I kind of expected the rejection. So I was already like improving my application for this following year to reapply right away. Uh, yeah, it still hurt getting rejected. Not gonna lie, it was still very painful. I remember the moment I got the email, but that's okay. Um, oh yeah, so that's funny that you just asked that. So I remember I was sitting in a Spanish class, and I got the email. Oh God, the feeling in my stomach, like I just got up and left. But you know where I walked? I walked straight into the pre-med advisor's office from there. And I told him, I was like, look, I got rejected. I know why. Like, I need help. And he helped me. And he's like, dude, you need to do well in these courses. Like, you need to kill them. You need to retake the MCAT. You need to do a better personal statement. And I did all of it. And the school actually offered an exit interview. So they tell you what they think you can improve your application. And basically, for me, it was my MCAT and my grades. I knew that, so I was already doing that. And when I reapplied, I think they saw that. Like, they sometimes they say they don't see that stuff, but of course they see it. Like, I reapplied the second year and I did everything they asked me to do. So, yeah. Sometimes you have to cry it out, my guy. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes you do, sometimes you just use it to keep going. How did you get 11 experiences, seeing as you only volunteered at a few places? So my 11 experiences, I think, I don't know if I put my experiences on that one, let's see, actually. I think I actually did it off. Let me see. I don't know if I can search for it. Um, I'm trying to see if I can pull up my old AMCAS application. Although I do need to finish these flashcards. I so I really wrote about. So I worked as a veterinary assistant all throughout college. I also worked at a Tricor laboratory. I worked as a community health worker. That was my last job before I got into medical school. I talked a lot about living on the farm. I talked about my shadowing experience. I talked about my I think I talked about my blood drawing experience separately. So that's 6. I did a research internship sophomore year, and then I did another one before starting college. So that already puts me at 8. So I'm only missing 3, and off the top of my head, I can't think of them. The other 3 that I'm missing. So that's about 8 right there that I could just think off the top of my head that I put. I think I had around. I don't remember the hours. I want to say 500, maybe more. Um, do you think doctors actually pay attention to the patient, or they just listen, diagnose, progress, and comfort? And we have, of course, it's relevant what things do, and comfort matter also. Yeah. So I think those are all clinical hours, Eric. Literally, that's like 500, and that's just with the one experience. Oh, and that's just with the one experience shadowing at the clinic. I can't find it. Did I miss questions? So yeah. Play any video games in your free time? Currently, no, Eric. I was telling them that I do play a game called Hearthstone. Every once in a while because I used to play World of Warcraft a lot when I was in undergrad. And of course, I can't play that now. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it was a big time sink, so I couldn't do it. No Star Wars. I'm a Harry Potter fan. I've heard of it. Yeah, it's pretty nerdy game. Takes a lot of your time. Yeah, I was addicted to it too. But yeah, I was addicted to that game. All right, Angel. Thanks for hanging out with me for a while. I'm actually just gonna blow through these cards. I should honestly be done by 12 if I wasn't doing a live stream, but I'm just gonna hang out with everybody. You too, man. We will see you. When do you usually become live? Oh, I just do it randomly. So you actually gotta subscribe and hit the notifications because I don't plan these things. Like I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go live right now. Seems like a good time, and I go live. So like this week I went live twice, but I hadn't gone live in months. And then so yeah, that's just like, it's random, guys. Sorry. Sometimes I post on my community tab on the live. Sometimes I don't. Subscribe, but no notifications. Yeah, I don't know. YouTube is kind of weird, so sorry. I don't know how you like activate it. Like, I don't know. Like, I always hear the bell, but I think there's like another layer to it, so I think you have to like, I don't know. Sorry. How do you feel about that? I feel really good about these finals, Eric. I've been studying a lot. I've really like just been grinding, and I feel good. I feel like if I took it today, I could pass it. So in the next 5 days that I have to study, I'm gonna get that A. So yeah, it's just like my mindset right now. So I could ask you questions. That's all right. There's a lot of patho. Pathology is really interesting. Like that's med school, right? Pathology. I love pathology. I won't be a pathologist. I like pathology as it relates to diseases, not the specialty. And actually, a lot of people showed up tonight. So yeah, thanks everybody that showed up. It was good. I'm glad I went live tonight. Because um, there's some lives that nobody shows up and that sucks. So I just end it in like 30 minutes because I'm like, ah, this is pointless. But I got a lot of people on tonight, so. And then I also live streamed off my phone, which is a little bit different. I feel like I feel like it has better quality, maybe a better angle. I don't know. Any hobbies outside of medicine? Yeah, I do. I like to shoot my bow and arrow. I like to cook a lot, Eric. Of course, I do YouTube, but I kind of just share medicine life with it. Like I said, I'm starting to smoke meat. I have another hobby that might turn into a passion, that might turn into a business, I mean, soon. So I'm keeping it under wraps for a while. Nobody will probably hear it for 6 or a year, for 6 months or to a year. So that's just how it is. You should vlogs. I'm gonna try to do more vlogs. I feel like it's hard to vlog. Like I see other med school YouTubers do it, and like I get it, but honestly, all we're doing all the time is moving from place to place studying. Um, and I just feel bad. Like it's hard to do it in your first and second year just because there's not a lot of like medicine. You're just going to class. Yeah, I go to clinic actually maybe more than I should just because it's very rejuvenating for me to keep going. So maybe I probably should. I don't know. It's hard sometimes. Like are people really interested? Are they gonna watch my videos? Like yeah. I want to be a peds physician, Eric. I'm either gonna go into hemonc, critical care, or anesthesia. All peds though. Yeah, it just feels like maybe that. I just feel like that's kind of where I need to be in this world. You want to do derm? There's a lot of people in my class that want to do derm. I'm actually doing this whole week has been derm. Yeah, it is very competitive. It's extremely competitive right now. The hours worked is nice. Exactly. They have nice hours and stuff like that. So that's really nice. You're doing research while in med school. We're required to do a research project to graduate med school. I didn't see your name, Ash. So yes, I'm actually currently working on a research project. And I need to do more work on it, honestly. I haven't been working on it as much as I should be. But yes, we are required to do research while in med school to graduate. My med school requires it anyways. You getting ready for step one? No, I don't take step one over for for over a year actually. So no, it's gonna be a while before I take step one. I still have class all year next year, and then maybe like a couple months, and then I start studying for step. So we're still a ways out from step. I've heard a lot of my students usually begin prepping after their first year. Yeah, exactly. After your first year is when you start prepping. Like right after. Basically, I'm already prepping for step one, so my study strategy is basically towards step one. So yeah, of course, I'm really doing a lot of like school stuff, but I'm also really, yeah, like my studying right now is basically towards step. Um, but also to class. I don't know. That's just how I'm attacking this whole med school thing, honestly. At this point, I feel like I'm already studying for step whenever I'm studying for class. Sometimes I miss some class information because the professors aren't studying towards step, but I'm okay with that as long as I'm doing okay in the class and I pass. I'm really focusing on step, honestly, right now. Just like the whole way. That's kind of just what I'm tailoring it to. How many hours are you taking? What do you mean, Eric? How many hours? What classes help for med school? Taking me no next. Immunology helps. If you can take a histology course, an embryology course, a microbiology course, a pharmacology course. Um, I'm I'm missing some anatomy and physiology course. Sorry, classes. Med school is different, Eric. So med school, you take blocks. So this whole block is concepts in pathology and histology. It's not different classes. It's all one class. Um, that's kind of how med school works. It's not like you take different classes. Bella, hi. Love your videos. Super helpful. Thank you, Bella. That I really appreciate it. Thank you for saying that. Honestly, that's all I want my videos to be, is helpful. Thank you so much. What other courses can be helpful? Yeah, those. I think all those courses that I listed are gonna be helpful for you, Ash. So, microimmunology, pharmacology, embryology, histology, anatomy and physiology, and of course, just any other like. There's like an organ system class. Take it. It'll help. Um, Undergraduate immunology was actually very nitty gritty with the, like small details. In med school, we care about the details that are going to cause pathology. So I really like that. Cancer bio, not so much. Like I said, it's more kind of. So I had week 1 or 2 of this block was actually neoplasia. It's actually week 2. And yes, it would help, but I feel like a whole semester long wouldn't be necessary, but yeah, it would be helpful, I think, for especially for if they cover different um, like organs, but it kind of sounds like they don't. It sounds more general. No, I'm in medical school, Bella. I'm currently a first year med school, first year med student. Awesome. I graduated med school last year. Nice. What med school did you graduate from, Bella? And congrats for graduating. Dang, too. That's crazy. I'm so close. I mean, I'm so far from graduating, honestly. I'm Korean, but I moved to China when I was younger, so I went to a med school in China. Oh, wow, that's crazy. I know some med students shouting in med school. Are you doing that as well? Yes. Ash, so sometimes oh, that's crazy. Korea to China. How is the medical school in China? How did you like that? So some students do shadow at in med school, Ash. I actually like to shadow in the ICU. And yes, I'm gonna shadow some hemonc doctors and stuff a little bit later, not right now though. Then I moved to US after I met my husband. Ooh, so you're studying for the step exams. So you're allowed to take like step one, two, three, and then apply to residency, right, Bella? Do you have any free time in medical school? Um, yeah, I have a lot of free time, Eric. I feel like if you manage your time well, you have a good amount of free time. Some weeks more than others, of course. Um, so yeah, it's just time management. How does it compare to undergrad? Um, I like med school a lot more than undergrad. Undergrad, I was taking courses that I didn't feel like were relevant to my life as a physician. There's a lot of like prerequisite courses you need to take to graduate, and I really didn't like that. Um, I don't know. I just didn't. I just feel like even though it's harder, it's easier just because I'm more interested in the material and more focused. So I don't know. I like med school a lot more than undergrad, honestly. I think it's not as bad. I know where my life is going. It's kind of nice. Very competitive. Barely stopped for 5 years. I was working and studying full time, so I paid all my tuition and got some scholarships. Dang, bro, that sounds brutal. That's nuts. That's crazy. screwed as hell. Yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. That's amazing, Bella. Dang. I can't imagine, like, that's crazy. Will you still have, yeah, I'm gonna regrow, I'm gonna rebuild my farm when I'm a pizza physician, Eric. Maybe not, like, crazy, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll be able to afford it, maybe even grow it larger. And I'll have to do the work myself and hire somebody, so. How can you explain what block schedule is like? It's better than undergrad because you focus on one block and don't have to study for different subjects that aren't related to each other. Exactly. That's exactly how block schedule works, Ash. Blocks are different lengths in time. So this block was 4 weeks. I think the previous block was also 4 weeks. The block before that was 10. So once you're done with the block, you're done with all the material for that, and then you move on to the next block. Yes, it's only one class. It's crazy amounts of material every single day. Yeah, that's basically how it works. You got it. Yeah. So I don't know. I like the block system. You're not like being pulled in multiple directions. We do have other classes on top of class. So I have another course called clinical reasoning, where basically they teach you the process on how to come to a diagnosis. And then I have another course called doctoring, where we see standardized patients and we act like doctors, like interviewing, doing physical exam stuff. So yeah, that's like stuff we have to do. A part class, so it's like 3 classes, but the majority of your time is in the block. I think I missed something. A returning great deal or is the majority lost? I feel like I'm retaining a lot, Eric. I'm using Anki for spaced repetition, so it's flashcards. Um, it has an algorithm that shows you cards based on how well you know them, and I see cards still from the first semester. I feel like it really helps me just retain the information, honestly. And also, I do practice questions, and I do it like over break. I'm probably gonna do questions that are random over the past whole 6 months, just to keep it fresh and retain it longer. So I'm gonna like Quizlet or something. Yeah, basically. I don't haven't really used Quizlet too much, Ragu, to know how Quizlet works, I guess. US med school sounds more fun. Uh, I'm enjoying it. Do you study prior classes like prior subject you'll be going over in a class? Yeah, so I usually try to see if I do go to class. I actually haven't been going to class this whole block, but whenever I do go to class, I try to see the material the night before. I try to study it. Just look over it, like not don't get too crazy into it, and then write down questions that I have. Go to the lecture and see if my questions are answered. If not, I have the professor right there to answer my questions. And then at night again, I study it. Like after class, I'll study it again. So that's 3 times, and that's a good amount. And then just, of course, over the rest of the week. But that's like a good primer, I guess, for the week on how I do it. What med school organizations are you a part of? I'm part of, so I am a student coordinator for the clinic where I volunteered as an undergrad. I am community liaison for the Association for the Advancement of Medical Minorities at my school. And then I'm also a New Mexico Hispanic board member as a med student, kind of. So I'm like a medical student member of the New Mexico Hispanic Medical Association or something like that. So those are the kind of things I'm doing. There's also a PEDS organization that I don't know if I should apply to it. So I already feel like I have a lot on my plate, and I don't really want to add something else, but also I feel like it would help me for my residency application. So I'm still debating. I think I got until this week to apply to it. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used Quizlet, so I don't really know. Search on YouTube. You can watch the tutorials. Yeah, you do. Yeah, Ash. Yeah, exactly. Like I would just watch tutorials. Exactly. YouTube is a really good place for information. Yeah, so that's why I don't really want to do more, but at the same time, I kind of do. Because there's that one, what is that principle that your work expands to fit your time. So even if I do get more, like I'll be able to figure out how to do it. So I don't know. What USMLE study material are you using? So Bella, so I am using Anki. So I downloaded a pre-made Zonki deck. I use Sketchy. Of course, I have first aid. I put this here. You should also be using uh, first aid, Pathoma. You should be doing NBME exams. I have UWorld. I have Boards and Beyond. I also have USMLE RX 360. And that's basically what I'm using. That's already a lot. And yes, it sucks because you feel like you have so much stuff to get through. And some weeks I don't use something like this. I haven't been using Boards and Beyond really this whole week, this whole block. I've been mostly using Pathoma. Yeah, I love Pathoma. I've been using Pathoma, and of course my school lectures and Anki. I haven't had too many like drugs and stuff yet, so not a lot of sketchy. So I guess it's just gonna vary from block to block on what information is being presented. Pathoma's just been king this whole uh, thing. I heard DIT. What is DIT? I love Pathoma because the professor's way super soothing. Yeah. Doctors in training, huh? I've never heard of DIT, Bella. What's the hardest block? Neuro? Yeah, I think neuro is notorious for being difficult. I've also heard CVPR is pretty difficult, which is pretty hard. Um, yeah, probably neuro, I think, is what everybody thinks of. Also, I think CVPR can be pretty difficult. So, yeah. Dang, my phone is burning up. Mhm. All right, Bella, thanks for showing up. I will see you in my next videos. Yeah, a lot of people actually end up going into internal medicine and sports medicine just because, I mean, it's so diverse. Like, you can go into so many different fields doing internal medicine. And then sports medicine, of course, there's a lot of people always interested in that, I feel like. I think not as much as the other ones, just because I don't know about sports medicine, but there's so many internal medicine spots available that I don't think it's as bad as the other ones. This is what I mean when I'm doing flashcards. I'm literally just doing flashcards. I have only 120 to review, 24 new ones to learn, and that's all these tinea and scabies ones, basically. Just because I haven't seen them yet. So, rheumatoid arthritis, acetaminophen, NSAIDs, secondary, seronegative spondyloarthropathies found in skeletal muscle. Oh shoot, that's cardiac. Hypoptonia seen with this, I don't know. Phosphorylates mycin or dephosphorylates myosin. Yeah. Nope. I don't have a final until, let's see, what is this? What time is it? No, I don't have a final until Thursday. So, uh, I just like doing these questions. I do these every single day just to keep the algorithm going, just to get my spaced repetition in, and I don't know. I just do these every single day. And yes, it's late. Well, that's because I've been talking to you guys. So I would have finished these so fast. I would have finished this whole thing probably in an hour, honestly. So, uh, yeah, a little distracted. Trying to actually go through them a little bit faster now, but we're really close. Under 100 is nothing. What can I do to mentally prepare myself for medical school? I think taking care of yourself, hanging out with your family, doing things you really enjoy and love before you start medical school is what you can do. I don't think you can really prepare for it. You just get thrown into it and you level up because that's just how humans work. You'll rise to the challenge. So just enjoy your time off before, enjoy your family, enjoy all the fun stuff. You'll still get to do some of it during med school, but you will miss a lot of it. Small cell lung cancer. Alright guys, it's 12 o'clock. I'm gonna head out. It was a nice 3 hours. Thank you everybody that showed up and hung out with me. I'll be doing another live soon because this one was so successful. So thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go ahead and finish these cards still and then go to sleep. Bye.